Alright guys, here is a Bogen Woodgrain speaker with the S86 driver. So I got this from the MSU surplus store. They were selling this for very cheap. Now this store is the same store I got the Specco SPC50T from. And what they pretty much focus on is getting old stuff from buildings, like pretty much a bunch of electronics mostly, and they test them out and then they sell it on their website. Now this is in decent condition. I don't know where this got pulled out of, but it did have a wire before connected, and I was expecting to have the wire, but it didn't come with it. There's the driver itself. Matter of fact, there's the tap chart. Has the coatings for which color goes to which wattage. For example, I have this tapped to the yellow wire, so that's 4 watts on the 70 volt system. 4 watts would be brown on the 25 volt system. Now I'm guessing this is from the 2000s, considering that the basket is gold plated. I think the newer ones are definitely black in color. That's for sure. I might guess this is pretty much after the Bogen moved manufacturing from Taiwan, because they were making S86s in Taiwan before. My guess around the very earlier 2000s. Now this is pretty much what the inside of the cabinet looks like. It seems to be decently built. There's your transformer as well. It's a model T725. So of course this goes for 70 and 25 volts. There's your volume control knob. Now, what I found interesting about the volume control, pretty much this works to control the volume in case you don't, you tap this at a higher tap, like let's say you tap this at 4 watts, but it's very loud for the room. You could just adjust the volume up here. So it's mostly to decrease the volume, because the high volume is pretty much the output of whatever tap you set the speaker on. That's pretty much what I found out about this. Now I've seen this in several locations. Now a couple of Food Bazaar supermarkets use these, as well as this one trade fair. And recently, I think last year, I found out that Home Depot 3 has one of these as well. In some area. I'm not sure exactly what the area is supposed to be, but it's probably where the workers go in to check it with security or something. But yeah, they do sound decent. Now, I will say the driver is pretty much the same one as the MBA TSQ, because they're both S86s. I would say the driver, the base of it's very strong. It's somewhat strong. I think it will rival the Lowell here. So let's demonstrate that real quick. Let's turn up the volume. So yeah, that's pretty much what the speaker sounds like. Now, I think this is more balanced in terms of sound to the low L here, because but of course the lows on these speakers, they punch a lot more bass than this. Now, one thing I did find out about what contributes to that heavy bass, the depth of the magnet is almost the same depth as a Quam C10. Matter of fact, here is the driver. Pretty much almost similar in size. I don't know if you can tell, but it's just off by a few millimeters. And I've seen the SA10 versions of these. They have a much thicker magnet, which kind of looks like a subwoofer magnet, in all honesty. That's kind of crazy. So this is probably one of the most decent 5-ounce magnets I have seen. Now, the low L's, of course, they have a magnet that has less depth, but they still punch a lot more bass. So this is pretty much no match for this, no matter what. So yeah, that's pretty decent actually. So yeah, that'll be it for the video. So that's the Bogen model S86 Woodgrain speaker.